Alright, hello. Welcome to the next Gaming and Talking. Gonna make this a speed run because this is my second time recording it, since the last time it rambled almost an hour long. Basically, this video is gonna be covering comments, corrections, whatever, for the Payday 3 video I made. So yeah, again, I don't want it to be too rambly. Playing Isaac, reinstalled this game a couple days ago for this video. Yeah, anyway. I played Judas last time. We're gonna play Judas again. I died in the chest, in case you're wondering, to the double Dark One room after getting 0 damage ups all game. Anyway, let's start with the most common thing I needed to address, or common comment that I got, which was, what was the game I was playing? And I mentioned that it was called Ocho, but I didn't think to show the spelling. Probably should have done that. So anyway, here's how it's spelled. There you go. Probably should have done that the first time. I answered so many comments asking what game it was. Okay. Next most common comment. PC Collector's Edition. I said that there were only Collector's Editions for console, which is just not true. And I don't know how I messed that up, because I literally showed on screen from when I talked about scalpers trying to resell collector's editions. I showed on screen a PC collector's edition. So how I messed that up? Mystery. I have no clue. Fantastic. Worthless item. Okay. Next. So this is not like something commented on, but it's just something I want to mention, and it's that we now have updates from the devs. Okay, so I recorded that yesterday, as in November 1st, and now it's November 2nd when I'm editing this, and the update is actually out, so this part's a little bit pointless. But as expected, the entire update is just bug fixes, so nothing that was actually a problem with the game has changed. It's only just like minor stuff that really doesn't matter. So the game is basically still broken after a month. About why the patch is so delayed. Okay. I guess I don't remember this fight. And the answer is consoles are the problem. They're trying to get validation, or I guess they're trying to get all the platforms working at the same... Fantastic. They're trying to get all the platforms synced up. Can I just get one good item? They're trying to get all the platforms synced up to be on the same update. Unlike what happened with Payday 2, which was consoles getting abandoned and forgotten. And yeah, they were super behind. Consoles were sad. Everything was unfortunate. Also, I don't really mean to say number 2 is a bad item. I would have just wanted, like, a Room 1 Tech Axe, you know? Anyway. Let me maneuver out. Okay. Next thing I want to talk about. One thing, not even just in my comments section, but in general, is people saying, well, Payday 2 had a bad launch. This is such a stupid comment. I don't know why people are bringing it up. Payday 2 having a bad launch doesn't mean anything for Payday 3, and it doesn't even make sense to pretend that it does. It's just because one game has a bad launch doesn't mean another should. In fact, it means the opposite. If they messed up one launch, they should have learned from it and then made a better launch the next time. But okay, there we go. Good item. This is already going better than the run from the first recorded game. That was an hour long. Because I only got my first damage up in the cathedral. Anyway. So yeah. Payday 2 had a bad launch. Means nothing to anyone. Stop saying that. It's stupid. Next. Armor talk. So a couple people told me about armor. And how there is a mechanic in which different armor will get different regen speeds. I knew about this, I just didn't mention it because it doesn't seem particularly useful. But a lot of people claimed, at least, that the 3 armor was the best because, you know, it's like a balance of regen speed and whatever. But I mean, even if that's true, I just don't think it matters that much. You know, just put on the 4 armor, call it a day. The game isn't difficult enough for it to matter. This is a room, huh? Okay. Number 2 to the rescue. Beautiful. 2 of hearts. Hermit. I guess I'll grab that. Okay. Next. So yeah, armor talk. I just don't think that it matters that much. Next, stealth. So, here's just a funny little comment that I like that I'll put up on screen, which I'll do for everything, I hope. I don't forget. It feels like I didn't play any stealth because I didn't play any stealth. The best I got was halfway through Jewelry Store until I got bored. That's mainly the reason why I handed off the stealth portion to someone else. Because I didn't play stealth, and I didn't play stealth, and I didn't care enough to play stealth. I wasn't going to bother. I'm just not going to put myself through things that I'm not interested in anymore, I guess. That's one way you can think about it. Yeah. There were several complaints about the stealth part, you know, hard to understand, skill issue, bad opinions. But it is... What the fu... Oh my god. Okay. I'm so bad trying to rush through this. So yeah. Stealth, didn't play any of it. That is why I didn't even do that section. Next. This is just a funny comment. It doesn't really mean that much. But Dozers, when you kill them, drop a first aid kit. And Mio, in that one clip that I showed on the video as well, he said that there's no source of, like, natural armor. But it's hilarious that they made the Dozer drop health instead of armor. Because that's such a silly decision. You should have just... Okay, 4.5 volt is good. Let's just bomb everything in here. So yeah. It's such a silly decision because that would have, you know, given that solution, but they didn't do it. And I mean, even if they did do it, it wouldn't have solved the armor balance problem because of what I talked about in the video. This guy has a nickel. Or not. Maybe it's just a chance. Next. Throwing knives. A couple people told me about this too. Throwing knives, you can actually pick up after you use them. Which, I mean, it's neat, I guess. I guess I just missed all of my shots. But the thing is, I just don't imagine the throwing knives being particularly useful anyway. Unless they do, like, egregious amounts of damage. But who knows? The problem is still that you need to put in more effort than it's really worth to use them. Just use a concussion grenade, call it a day. Okay, next comment. This one, it's pretty big. And trust me, I did a lot of reading for... Oh, well, that's unfortunate. I did a lot of reading because there's like 600 comments, and I read all of them. Let's see if I can go around. I don't really want to deal with that. So yeah, I read through all the comments. A lot of them were quite big. Some of them were quite small. But there's a lot of stuff in this comment. But specifically what I want to focus on is the idea that the patch that is delayed but I guess coming, will not fix the problems. Honestly, I already lost my devil deal. It's whatever. It's not going to fix the problems, because you still have a lot of core problems. The patch is only going to make some small fixes here and there. Or, well, it's supposed to be like quality of life, but as it turns out, it's just going to be bug fixes. Bug fixes are not going to fix the problems with the game. There's a lot... Oh, big damage. I'll take it. There's a lot of problems with the game that aren't just bugs. It's a lot of, like, flaws with design, flaws with balance. One patch is not going to fix it. And if this is how long it's taking for us to get one patch, it's going to take forever for the game to be fixed. And that is worrying. Yeah. A very interesting concern. Okay, maybe I should... I'll need shot speed up later, hopefully. I can get that. But at least I have massive damage. Okay, beautiful. Next comment. This one is about consoles. Wow, I'm surprised that I got a devil deal. Yeah, let's play. Ooh. The nail with 9 volt. Here's what I'm gonna do. There we go. Okay, we're on thin ice right now. I can't remember if there was health in the shop. So yeah, consoles. Consoles have an interesting problem because they can't communicate. Well, they can, but not through typing. They have to use the chat wheel, which is subpar, you could say. And that's one issue, but another issue is that there's no voice chat in the game. They could use voice chat if they didn't need to deal with, with low shot speed. This is bad. Oh, no. Oh, come on. Oh, good. So yeah, with a voice chat, at the very least, they could communicate in some way, but it's interesting that there's no voice chat in Payday 3, because there was a voice chat in Payday 2. Not a lot of people used it, but it was there. So that's one thing to think about. Whether or not it'll be used in Payday 3, even if it was there, who knows. Probably not, except for consoles. But it's not like you really need to communicate anyway. The game doesn't really necessitate teamwork, because, again, it's very, very easy, even on the highest difficulty, because of how it's balanced. And the next comment is also about console, but it's one that I had no idea, because obviously I don't play on console. What do you know? Die, please. Thank you. So yeah, apparently, the aim assist on console is awful. I don't know how true that is, but aim assist being bad can be such a frustrating thing that... Actually, this will be... I'll come back. Ooh. Lucky me. I would love to come back there and take flight. Anyway, aim assist. It being bad could be very, very frustrating. So, yeah, if it's bad... Whoops. Good work, team. Next. This is also sort of stealth related, but it talks about gadgets, which I said were basically useless. And a couple people corrected me, and they said on, I think, the infrasonic mine, you could basically use it as a makeshift flash, which is cool, or like a stun, basically, which is cool, but it's also kind of underwhelming. Oh boy. I think I'm on a half heart. I'll go into the devil deal, but I don't think I can take anything. Well, I don't remember. Can you use an item? I don't think you can. I think taking this will just kill me. But I can take missing page 2. Do I want to? Sure. Anyway, the stealth gadget, apparently you can use it in loud, it's just not that exciting, which, it's fine, whatever. I wanted to go back to that chest. Next, is the game being anti-solo? This, I did talk about this a little bit, but this person elaborated as well. And yeah, the game is very anti-solo because playing it alone is just bad. Like, I talked about a lot of the elements already, but this person brings up a couple more. Except for the die packs, which I'm told you can actually do solo. At least from, I think, an Unknown Night video that I saw. I didn't actually watch the video, but I saw that there was an Unknown Night video about doing it solo. At least I think I remember that. I'm not going to go for Mother, by the way. Okay. Oh, the shot speed is fucking awful. It's so bad. Where did this spawn? Okay, next. Anti-solo. This one. This is interesting, because I talked about the assets seeming to, or the RNG, not being very noticeable, which I thought that the assets were the RNG. I mistook the helicopter spawn to be RNG when it was actually an asset that someone placed. And this brings up another problem that I have, which was that there's no lobby chat. Something that I did mention. But the problem is that, oh, this room, fantastic. And the problem with that, well, beyond all the other stuff, is that you can't tell who places what assets. Yes, obviously it does show on the side of the screen, like you can look there, but it doesn't announce anything. Whenever you place an asset in Payday 2, it puts it into the chat. You know, this person placed this asset. I don't think that's worth the bomb. I don't know how much health I have, but I think I'm gonna do the boss trap room, just in case, for big rewards. So yeah, that's another issue. This is a thing oh, boss trap room is closed. Okay, never mind. Mods. I know that mods exist, right? And I knew about it for a while. But I didn't talk about it in the video because it was not really something that I think is necessary. How much health do I have? Fuck it. Okay, not enough. Anyway, I know that mods exist. I didn't talk about them because I don't think it's necessarily part of the game. Yes, mods fixed a lot of the problems, but it doesn't mean that the problems aren't there. Just modding it out isn't a solution. It's, you know, delaying the problem, basically. The problem's still there, it's just some people can avoid it because they downloaded mods. I would like someone to break into the secret room for me. No? Okay, it's fine. Oh boy. A free key. So yeah, I know mods exist, and I know that stuff is in the game. For example, like the heist selection that was found. Why it's not... Oh, look. Another 4.5 volt. I don't know why it wasn't brought in. Apparently there's a lot of stuff that exists in the game files that just wasn't moved into the actual game. And there's some theory about how... I should have used my bomb here. Whatever. There's some theory about how the stuff that is already in the game was going to be passed off as the first patch. And it would be like, look, guys, upgrades. But it was just stuff that was already in the game. I don't know how true that is. Not gonna bother with it. I don't really care. When it gets added to the game, it'll get added to the game. Status effects. It's so underwhelming, but whatever. Okay. Free bomb. What am I gonna do with it? Who knows? Yes. Next thing. This is a comment from someone who claims, at least, to be a computer software person. You know, it's the internet, you can never tell. But they sort of explained a couple of the things that I mentioned by saying, like, why does this happen? I don't know. And it's basically just coding undersights. And it is really just these small little problems that build... Floor 1, forget me now. It would probably be better to use this floor 2... Whatever. So yeah, it just shows that the game isn't finished, because there's all these, like, small little errors that build up, and that's the problem. Oh, I lost my... Whoops. It's okay. I've got bird's eye now. I just need perfection, and I'll basically have the damage back. As if I'll get perfection. So yeah, the game just isn't finished. End of story. Next is a comment talking about Payday 3 for new players versus returning players. And this is something I touched on specifically in the control section, because some of the controls were changed, which bothered me and, like, other newer or other returning players, but it didn't bother new players. Ooh. I could converter myself into a safer position. Okay. We'll see if I can get that money. So yeah, a lot of choices were changed for seemingly no reason. I don't know why. Like, obviously it wouldn't bother new players, but why would the developers neglect their already existing player base, especially considering how big the Payday 2 player base is? Wow, I am surprised that it's not there. It's gotta be here then, right? Alright, I give up. Yeah, so there's a lot of questions, because the Payday 2 existing player base was massive, and that's where the hype came from for Payday 3. So for them to change so many random things... How did I not take damage? How did I not take damage in this fight at all? Placenta. Okay. Let me see if I can scraggle some money together for converter. Fantastic. Okay. Wait. Did I get it backwards? Converter doesn't do... Convert one soul heart container to one heart container. Fantastic. Well, at least I have a spacebar item. We'll hold on to it. It's something. What was I... Ah. Guppy's Paw is the one that does it the other way. You can tell I'm washed out. I stopped playing this game consistently. A year and a half ago. Anyway, goodbye perfection. And also my devil deal. But at least we have a good item now. Satanic Bible. Which will probably carry health-wise. Oh yeah, and also... whatever the bookworm. That's the transformation, which will sometimes shoot a double shot. I don't think that's luck-based, like Bird's Eye, but who knows? What do I remember at this point in life? I have dementia. I'm an old man. At the ripe old age of 20. Yeah. Next. This sort of follows up on it, and it's saying that there's a lot of features that were in Payday 2, but were removed for Payday 3. Hourglass. Let's see what this is. Hot bombs. Free bombs. So yeah, it's just a weird decision to make. There's so many features that Payday 2 had that were removed for Payday 3, and not just like quality of life stuff, but just random features. Why they were removed is just such a miss. I think I know where the secret room is on this one, but I don't play a lot of the alternate floors. Actually, it might just be here. But hey, I've got the bombs. Who cares? Nope. Did I open the... No, I did not. 5 cents. 5 cents, but I've got a bomb, so maybe I could re-roll some stuff. Well, there's nothing to re-roll. But there's Blue Map and Hive Mind. I can't afford them. Can't afford anything, actually. Great. I could bomb rocks in hope of it, but... Anyway, yeah, it's such a mysterious thing. It's like they took a step backward. I have these comments on the side of my screen really small, so I can't actually read what they say. I have small notes regarding what they have. But there was another comment that I saw that said the game feels like it was developed by people who didn't play Payday 2, but just thought that they could do better. And I agree. It sort of does feel like that. Purgatory. Yeah, why not? Also, to get these to spawn anything, you have to leave the room first. Or at least that's how it works with Larry. Don't know if it works the same here. Super secret room. It could net me a soul heart. I'll look for it. Easy as that. Well, it's okay. Next. This is a kind of interesting comment, because it's maybe something I should have clarified a little bit better. When I say COD-like animations, I don't mean that the animations are better. The animations being better is fine, but the animations lost their feel. They lost their uniqueness. In Payday 2, and again, this is comparing to Payday 2, but this is something that Payday 2 did relatively well back in the early days. A lot of the animations for the weapons were unique and, you know, like bouncy animations. It was something that other games didn't do. But then a problem that sort of crept in toward the end of the game was that a lot of the animations for the newer weapon DLCs were starting to look very stiff, very much that trying to emulate COD, we're going for realism here type thing, which it's fine if you like that, but it loses part of the uniqueness that was in the game. And I think that is unfortunate. So, yeah. Wow. I am Garage. I keep forgetting to use Purgatory. So yeah, that's more what I meant, rather than the animations being better is the problem. It's the animations losing their originality that is the problem. And I know that some people agree with me, not everyone obviously, but like, not your average Stalin, I'm pretty sure he agrees with me on this point as well. Ooh, bombs. Oh, come on, no nickel. Next, also kind of to do with animations, and that's reload canceling. Okay, realism in games. it's fine if you want to go for realism, but the thing is, realism is not always gonna be fun. Like, whoa, epic dodge. Realism, is that, it's not a luck penny, okay. Realism can make a game, in some aspects, be more fun. Ooh, risk or not risk. Risk or not risk. Let's go safe option. Fantastic. Realism can be fun, but realism also sometimes takes away from the fun, and that's not really something you can argue against. If you want to go for full realism, Payday is not your game franchise. Payday is very far from being a realistic game. Ow. Fuck. Oh god! I've ruined everything. I did not remember what that did. Book of Sin. The fuck am I gonna do with that? Woo! Woo! Abyss is good. But I want to keep Satanic Bible. I'm gonna go with Ouija board because it's a little bit of a DPS up. Oh right, I don't even need to go for the risk because I am going to the mirror world on this floor, so I've got the fire, if I can find it at least. So yeah, not being able to cancel the reload is not realistic. But, is that a shiny? It is. Or tinted rock. It is clunky, but it's also more realistic. If you want to take that trade-off, fair. But I think it is a downgrade. Especially when talking about the fact that the movement also kind of makes the game feel a little clunky too. Okay, next. This is sort of what I was saying earlier. Someone is complaining here in this comment that a lot of my points are sort of nitpicky on small details. But that's what I'm pointing out. There's a lot of small details. Ooh, potato peeler. There's a lot of small details that just hurt the game. And these small details build up. And it's the culmination of an unfinished game. Which was, like I said, basically my thesis. If you want to look at it like that. Ooh, another tinted rock. Very nice. I think this is going to be the run, guys. I'm going to win so hard. And I'm going to throw so hard, too. Wow, I thought I took damage there. Didn't, though. So yeah, the small problems adding up is a big part of the problem. That's why I mentioned it, and that's why I put emphasis on it. I don't think it's worth going into those rooms. I worried in this room. Okay, worked out fine. Next comment. Civs. I said that there's basically no punishment for civs, or for killing civs, which is sort of right and wrong. There is a punishment. It's, you get a longer time in custody, and it also takes some money away from you at the end of the map. The issue is, both the amount of money that it takes from you and the time you spend in custody have a maximum, which means eventually killing civs doesn't matter again. But even if it did permanently stack up, the worst punishment would be... Woo! The worst punishment would be having to sit in custody forever, because the money, again, is completely worthless. Money doesn't mean anything in Payday 3 already. So yeah. Even though there is a punishment for killing civs, there really isn't. It's not much of a punishment. Whoops, hit the mic. Hopefully that's not loud. Health. This is a comment that is specifically worded. because I heavily dislike the word viable when it comes to Payday 2, and I am sure many people who have been watching me know that. So I know specifically that I did not talk about viability in terms of the armor versus health situation. Is this... Whoops, went the wrong way. Can you play as a health playstyle and forget armor? Yes. Why not? Because, again, the game just isn't hard. You can do whatever you want and it'll work out. Was there anything in here that I wanted to grab? Potato peeler, but I don't have the money. Oh well, it is what it is. The game is not very hard. You can play health if you want. The problem is that look at this whole section that the person here wrote regarding how to play health. It's... I don't want to say it's like super hard or super complicated, but look at that, and then consider the other option, which is just put on your highest armor and grab an armor bag and get some edge skills and call it a day. The thing about balance is that people always go for the easiest solution. This was a thing in Payday 2 as well. In Payday 2, although I would say it was terribly balanced as well, it's more balanced than Payday... This room sucks. It's more balanced than Payday 3. But what builds that people mostly play there? It was mostly all the same stuff. You know, Leech, Stoic, Revenant skills, just Hacker, Rogue. All of the... you know, the paths of least resistance, you could say. And it's the same thing for Payday 3. Even if health is good, or even if health is better than armor, as long as armor is so much easier to play than health, it'll be dominant. And that is the problem with balance. It's not that you can't play health, it's that there's really no good reason to. Man, Purgatory doing work. Mega Fatty as a Redditor. What a great mod. I don't even remember what I have installed. Berserk. I don't even fucking remember what this does. Let's see. Charges with damage dealt. Oh, this is, what's his face? This is Tainted Samson, right? I'll pass. We're gonna keep my lovely Satanic Bible. What was I saying? Basically, you can play health if you want. There's just no good reason to. And it's very difficult to argue against that. Next. Another big comment here. This is actually from the person who wrote the armor penetration thing on Reddit. Or, I mean, at the very least, someone who claims it's the internet. Who knows? Good job on the post, by the way. But the thing I want to specifically focus on is the fact that they bring up an interesting little idea here with SMGs. The problem with SMGs is because they have bad armor penetration, and they feel the exact same as just the assault rifles, or Armalite rifles, whatever, who cares, no one cares. The problem is that there's no reason to use them. They're just worse. But if you just allow them to be secondary weapons, problem solved. Because now you fix two problems in one move, right? The issue of secondary weapons being only pistols, and that's kind of pathetic. Also, I have plenty of health. It's fine. Ooh. And I get an item. I could have also just not done that, because I have a secret room and tons of bombs. Whatever. I think I'm set on this run for a while, at least. So yeah, if you just make SMGs secondary, it will give them a place where they're not outclassed, where they're not objectively outclassed. Ooh, that's cool. So far, so good. Where they're not objectively outclassed, and you spice up the secondary variety. But whether or not that's gonna happen, I don't know. As Bay joked, or maybe not joked, who knows? Secondary SMGs are coming in the first DLC. So yeah, that's fun. Next. So, original maps from Payday 2 being better than Payday 3. Maybe... Okay, not maybe. I should have specified this a little bit more. What I mean by better is not necessarily that they play better, or they have better objectives, or they're more fun. They're more iconic, right? They're more memorable. Think about, like, the original Payday 2 maps, right? Obviously, you had kind of, like, fucking boring stuff. You have 4 stores. Like, no one cares. But next to that, you have stuff like Rats, Firestarter, Big Oil. Was Election Day... I don't think Election Day was a starter map. But those are both iconic and... Oh, shit. Both iconic and unique, right? Even if the objectives kind of suck. Like, no one really wants to play Rats, let's be honest. But it's still very iconic. Like, when you think about Payday 2, you think cooking meth, you know, get the muriatic acid, you fucked up the lab, right? Think about the maps in Payday 3. What do you have? You have art gallery, a bank, another bank. This is not written down. I'm blanking on the maps. I don't fucking know the maps. They're just not memorable. Whoops. They're not memorable. They're not iconic. They're not unique. And that was one thing that I also touched on in the map section of the video. It's not necessarily that the maps are better. It's just that they lack what the Payday 2 maps did. Which is why I would say the Payday 2 original maps were better. Not from gameplay, but from other perspectives. So yeah. Should have phrased that better. Ooh, red candle. Not gonna take it because I have bird's eye, but, you know, it's cool. I'll kill these guys, at least. Gotta get a better devil deal chance. Next. This is a funny comment. From the same person, by the way. Which a lot of people left sort of chunks of comments. They would, like, leave one comment, and then they'd leave another comment. Oh, I don't want those. I want to stay pure soul-hearted. Yeah, so a lot of people would, like, leave a comment, and then because I get notifications on my phone every time I get a comment. So I'd get a notification on a comment from, like, one person, and then a couple minutes later I get another notification from the same person, but with a different comment. There were so many people that just commented multiple times. Just put it into one comment, man. It's much easier to read. But, hey, it boosts engagement. Whatever, I don't care. I'll take it. So yeah, this comment I find really funny because my complaint of Golden Shark was the circle's objective, which, as I complained many times in the video, is the worst objective. Whoops. Is the worst objective in the game by far, and I just can't stand any map with it, including Golden Shark, even though people love that map. So this comment suggests just play it in stealth, as if that solves the problem. It doesn't. It's, first off, what if you're not interested in stealth, like I am, right? There you go. Problem persists. But the equivalent of this comment is saying, oh, you have a problem with Golden Shark? Play under the surface. It's just telling you to basically do something else. It's such a terrible... it's such a terrible take, but I found it funny, which is why I'm bringing it up. Yeah. Next. This is a comment that I found really funny, and it also kind of has to do with the circles. And it's the fact that Shade has problems hacking. But we have... Also, I'm not taking stopwatch. Cringe-ass item. Makes game too easy. I don't really want any of those, to be honest. Although I'll take the sack. What's that? Hoglaws? I don't care. So, what was I on? Fuck, I looked at my other monitor. What did I just take health from? Or take damage from? Okay. What's that? I'll spend my one bomb. Wheel of Fortune? I don't care. Yes. Having the Joy hack. This is hilarious to me. Because Shade has problems hacking. But we have Joy on the team. Joy is the hacker. Her perk deck in Payday 2 was hacker. Joy... Joy could do Shade's job better. Without, like, contest. It's such a funny idea. I love this comment. This is fantastic. Next. This is something that I didn't really think about, but I did mention a little bit. Oh, actually, I have Fool. I could grab that. Oh, right. The game always spawns a Fool card. I remember. Fuck. Right, this is something I didn't think about necessarily, and it's the value discrepancy between the C stacks and the just regular money, because you will need it for a lot of the upgrades, or not upgrades, but weapon attachments later on. But the difference in value is insane, because it costs millions to get the C stacks, and the regular items or attachments are basically free. Why? It's so weird. Why would you make a system like that? Again, my expectation is that it's just something they slapped in there because they're gonna make the C stacks into microtransactions later for whatever reason. Whatever they want to do with it. I don't think C stacks are gonna be a good thing for the game. Oh, good. Krampus. Whoops. And Head of Krampus, rather than lump of coal. Well, it is what it is. So yeah, that's such a weird decision, but who knows. Let me take a sip of my tea, which I haven't done yet. This next comment is a funny one. Am I a game journalist? I fucking wish. I mean, if I could just play games all day and get paid for it, fantastic. Unfortunately, I've decided to go with a physics major. I'm a fucking idiot, aren't I? Get away from me. Oh, that would have been so much better than my stupid little broken stopwatch hand. Whatever. But I guess what this comment is kind of hinting at was that my movements and stuff was random. I explained this within, like, the first 2 seconds of the video. Most of the footage was from stream. That's why I did those, like, weird things. Did I not? Huh. I wonder why the fight didn't start. I was doing that stuff because I was on stream. I want to, like, show something. I want to demonstrate something. That's why it looks unnatural. I wouldn't play like that normally. I'll get this tinted rock, but the pills are cringe. Okay. So yeah, that's a little bit of reading comprehension troubles over there. And also, I find it funny how he talks about me shooting so many civs on accident. That's not an accident. Shooting civs is like what I do. That was all on purpose. And then there's also the, I guess, only real point of the comment, which was the dash. It's fine. What was my problem with it? Okay, well, maybe. Maybe it's just a me problem. Maybe I was just the only one who couldn't... Okay, fantastic. Who couldn't activate the slide from a sprint. Like, I could, but only if I clicked the key at, like, a very unnatural pace. Because the way I play the game regularly is extremely relaxed. And then I'd have to get, like, super intense just for this one click. I'll pass. If you can just go with the flow and click the mouse, or not the mouse. What the fuck? Oh, okay. I thought something hit me. Ooh. I have a little Brimmy. Multi-dimensional would be good. I'd have to walk... whatever. I have fucking tons of health. I also have a respawn. And I have Satanic Bible. Anyway. There's also a soul heart down there, which I'll grab. Let me drop the AWAS here. Does that create a trapdoor? Yes, okay. Or crawl space, the official name. Keeper's Kin. Neat. I don't think it's going to be particularly helpful. So yeah. Maybe that's a me issue. Maybe not. Okay. Death's List, first payout. Nickel. That's how we do it. Shame that I can't get another health charge on this floor. But oh well. It is what it is. If I probably took a bunch of those pills, maybe there's going to be a battery in there. Or, what's it called? 48-hour energy? That's the pill. Yeah. Anyway. Next. This is... Why do people write comments like this? It's fascinating to me that you have the video in front of you and you write a comment about you assuming what's on the video instead of watching the video. I get that it's an hour long, but why would you write that? It's so dumb. Not only are you exposing that you didn't watch the video, you're just wrong. That's the problem. But whatever. I'm not your parent. And again, if you want to do that, go ahead. But again, it boosts engagement. I'll take it. free views. Oh yeah, as if I'm getting Death's List in this room with all these cancer babies. Technically, everything down here is a cancer baby or something like that. There's lore to this game. I don't really pay attention. I don't do lore. Oh, I could have done Death's List, but I didn't. It's okay. Not gonna do Death's List here. Okay. Yeah. Kind of silly comment. Just thought it was funny. This. Still haven't gotten the pre-order. I believe this is a PlayStation problem. Not just a general console problem. But PlayStation people haven't gotten their pre-order bonuses. Still. And we're a month in. How? Well, actually, I know how. Because there's no update. I'm sure they'll get it when they do get the update. But it's... it's so disappointing how everything was fucked up so bad. Because, again, you have people pay for something and then they don't get it. It's frustrating. I get it. This comment, also quite funny. White boy complains about new game being different to old one. If that's all you got from the video, I don't think you were paying attention. But even that, if you watch the entire 1 hour video, and that was all you got, then I'm sorry I wasted your time. There was, honestly, a little bit more to the video than just that. But if that's your takeaway, then what the fuck else am I gonna do about it? I don't care. Oh, I was really hoping I'd get Death's List too. Yeah. Those are all the comments. I guess I'll do, or not all the comments. Those are just all the comments I wanted to look at right now. There were like 600 fucking comments. I tried to get like unique ideas without repeats. I hope I did. At the very least, I tried. Can't fault me for that. Maw of the Void. I love Maw of the Void. Shoop to hoop. Yeah, at this stage of the game, I think I'll pass. Also, 2 dead ends. So far, so good. I'll give... Well, that's just unfair. I'll give the Bay 1K update daily of player numbers and stock prices on screen. Just kinda... Why? That's the second battle room. Or I guess they're called challenge rooms. That's the second challenge room that I didn't need to fight. Weird. Must be some interaction that I don't remember. Okay, 3rd dead end. Fantastic. Yeah. I don't have anything else to talk about in this video. So yeah. I guess I'll just skip to when this run is either won or failed. Probably gonna be won. This is gonna be a tough run to lose, to be honest. And then watch me fail, because that would be funny. But I do hear... The reason I went for this game over any other game was because, apparently, there's gonna be a multiplayer update. I gotta become a pro gamer again. Rather than a weak little game journalist. So yeah, that's that. Easy as that. So yeah, that's that. Thanks for watching. Long video. Time to return to regular video making. I go from a random, like, 100,000 view video back to anime reviews with, like, 2,000 views. But it's whatever. I don't actually mind that much. I find those more fun to make anyway. Yeah, bye-bye!